Hey, this is Brenda Trop, Make Money in Your Sleep Girl, and welcome to the Pajama Party. Welcome to the Pajama Party. All the way from down under, she is Donna Hamer, and she's going to tell us how to go ahead and promote our business. You might learn a little bit something about how she promoted herself too. Now, what I didn't tell you about Donna is that she is an expert. See me, but you couldn't hear me. So I don't know if you heard that or not, but what you didn't find out about Donna is that she is an expert on not only Facebook and competitions on Facebook, but she is going to tell me everything I did wrong, not only before the broadcast, because let me tell you, there was a whole lot I did wrong, but I'm learning, and the big important thing is that I did it right, or not that I did it right, but that I did it. And that's what you need to know too, because so many of us can get on this tangent and just start looking at wanting to do everything right, and you get to a point where you're never going to get it done. And let me tell you something, I am a newlywed, but I am also, we eloped, so I promised that we would do a real wedding in just a couple of months. Well, that real wedding was supposed to be March 25th, but you know, all these things didn't line up, and finally I was told, look, if you don't just do it, we're never going to get it done. And it's the same way as in the business. So yes, we have a date now. We're going to go ahead and get this done in actually next month. So my head's a little bit cut off doing wedding plans, and it's just so silly to me because we're already married. But the important thing is family and having family around. But my point is, for you in your business, don't wait to get stuff done. Okay, I'm not doing this right, but I'm getting it done. People are finding it, and they're figuring out that I'm human just like them. And so hopefully you're one of them. I'm going to find out that you really can connect with me, and if I can do it, you can do it too. That's what this is all about. So without further ado, let's go down under and talk to our friend Donna Hamer. And if my computer was faster, you would see her already. Let's see. Ta-da! Donna, you should be up and available, and you're not. You might have to unmute yourself. In the meantime, I'll ask you how the chicken crossed the road. One foot after another. Oh, okay, you're there, and now you should be there. Yay! I tried to unmute you. I think you have to do it. There you go. Yay!
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. I'm so sorry, and you're just gonna have to show me how you did the little message thing, because I have no idea how that works either.
I need one of those that you go, woo!
Oh, we are. Thank you for reminding me. I had so much fun with that last time. We're gonna go ahead and put those on. We'll the cheers. So when I said that you're from down under, can you tell us where you run your business from?
I run my business right here where I am now. I have this little tool here and a tiny little laptop, and that's basically, I can do my business anywhere and anyhow. And like yourself, I am a mum, and I decided, gee whiz, 13 years ago that I would work for myself, and I wanted to work online, and I wanted to be able to work anywhere, anyhow. So I've really worked towards making it really mobile. So one of my, it's kind of a joke when I say to clients, meet me in my office, is I meet at the local coffee shop because it's raw food, and I love raw food. So I have a coffee and cake, and I say to them, could you just put a little reserve sign on that table over there, because that's my table to meet my clients. So I'm really fortunate.
Not only, wait a minute. Let me get this again. So you look at your friend with cake in front of them, like this kind of?
I can see the cake, yep.
But that's what you do? You put your dessert down and you say, this is your friend at the cafe?
Well, I invite, well, I meet my clients on a regular basis. I have a handful of coaching clients. And so I say, meet me in my office where they have to eat cake and have coffee with me, because otherwise.
Oh, they really do get the cake. I see.
Yes, otherwise it's all done online like this. But, you know, if they live locally here, then I meet them down there. If not, it's all done remotely, same as what we're doing now via Hangouts or Skype.
Okay, so 13 years. So you did this when you were, what, 10?
No, I'm actually 50. I'm quite okay to say I'm 50 years of age. It's all right.
Yeah, you're rocking 50, girl. That's awesome. That's
you?
awesome. Yay. Wait. What do you need to cheer for that one? Let's see if we can do it. Cheers.
I
can do it. Yay. Okay, so what I get the whole thing. I think that most people, let me learn how to change the camera. Okay. So most people here, I think, are at least thinking about trying to work from home, or at least having their own business. But how big of a leap do you think it was for you to go from, okay, this is what I want to do, to actually being able to do it and support yourself doing it? And you don't just support yourself. I know that you've got several animals and children and everything else too.
Okay, so first of all, I have 4 dogs, I have 2 cats, and I have a teenager. They are my family. And I know you usually have one of your little puppies, but one of them is under the table. I'll show him later. Plus, I have a mortgage. You know, I bought my own home, and I've had the ability to be able to travel overseas, all doing this. But I was really lucky when I made the executive decision to work online. I got offered a position to manage a business that was domain names and hosting. And so that was kind of my introduction into the online world. And I got so excited that I learned how to go through and build websites, which was another arm of that business. And then eventually the guy shut it down or did whatever. And I just was so intrigued about building websites. So I actually then went on and was sort of like one of the early adopters of WordPress, because, you know, building a website was boring to me, whereas WordPress gave you lots of flexibility. And I did a course and I wrote 25 ebooks and launched them all online in, you know, some crazy short time. But the trouble was I spent more money on AdWords than I did on selling my books. But man, oh man, it was a great introduction.
Wow. Okay, back up just a little bit, because this is new information for me. I have 27 titles on Kindle. Actually, I think I'm up to 30 now. But I had no idea. All I knew about was one book that you put on Kindle and you kind of played with it. But I think you told me it wasn't your thing. So where are those books now? Are they being published now? Are you making any money from them now?
They're sitting in a hard drive like 10 computers ago. But I have 3 books on Kindle. I have 2 on Facebook marketing, one on Facebook contests, one on Facebook apps, and another one on raw food, because it's one of my passions. So I do have 3 on Kindle, but I'm a bad Kindle person. I really I can put them up, but I really have never done any promotions for them. I did hit the #1 bestseller list twice, but you know, I need
So why do you think that you're not doing a good job? I mean, that's the one thing that people come to me about all the time. They say, well, how do you do the bestseller thing? You know, I put it up there and they don't find it. So they'll come to me and ask, so what was your secret to getting to bestseller? And what's the disconnect that I'm seeing? Because if you have 3 books, you should be doing okay.
Because I haven't, you know, after the initial getting them up there, I really didn't promote them any further after that. And one of the things that I dislike immensely is, you know, for Facebook, I mean, I love Facebook, and I'll tell you my Facebook story in a minute, but Facebook changes so regularly that 2 out of those 3 books kind of need updating every, you know, X amount of months. So they become hard work, because it's not like you can set it and forget it, which is, you know, what a lot of books on Kindle are about. With those type of books, because it changes on such a regular basis, that you really do need to be going back and editing them, and you've got to look at time. For me personally, mine is time versus the constant update of, you know, are you getting leads out of it and what's going on with it. But
I'd have to agree. I'd have to agree about the whole thing about updating. The social media ones are really hard to do when they're how-to books, and because they change. Google purposely changes all the time to keep us on our toes, and Facebook obviously changes, and they all kind of follow suit. So things look different and the concepts stay the same. But your Whole Foods, I mean, that there might be minor things, but that's probably a good one that's kind of what we call an evergreen topic. Yeah. So you said you were going to tell us your Facebook story, though?
Oh, okay. So after I was this crazy woman with all those ebooks, you know, I think I'm fortunate enough that I've done so many things with online marketing that really when clients come to me, I can say, hey, we can do this, or we can do this. And I may not necessarily be an expert in that, but I've certainly given it a really good crack and have a great understanding. And, you know, it's like you and the Kindle books. I believe there's such a great list building strategy that people can use, and it also brands them as an expert. And it's sort of one of those things that's in my toolbox or my toolkit when I talk to people. But in 2010, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I was up at our local hospital and about to go in for my second operation. And I said to my sister, I'm just so over all of this. Have you making a noise? Did I do something wrong?
No. That was a scary. I thought that was more the kind of thing. But I mean, that you're kind of just jumping through this major trauma that you had in your life. You're just, I had breast cancer in 2010. Well,
it's not something I like to dwell about, but it was certainly a turning point because I said, you know, I need to really ramp up and do something different. So I was doing a product creation course with the great Jason Fladlin, who I know, Eleanor, who has been your previous guest. That's how we met each other. Both of us were on that same course, and we've been great supporters of each other. And part of that was one of my friends said, do something about Facebook. And I said, Facebook's where you go to have a whinge about your bad hairdo day, or if you hate your husband, or, you know, your kids are driving you crazy, you just get on there. And I looked at it and just thought it was an absolute load of rubbish. Wasn't until sort of, even though I'd been on that platform for a lot of years, but the following year, so 2011, I basically hit the ground running with it. I set up my Facebook page. If I didn't get that ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching message every single day from my page, I would go, what's wrong? And I'd tap the screen because it was the best tool ever. I just was bringing in leads left, right, and center. And I thought this is just so easy. And that's sort of how I started embracing social media, because Facebook was just this ka-ching machine.
Okay. I totally get the ka-ching machine. I mean, love that. I have it set up. Everyone knows. I wake up to my phone going ka-ching, ka-ching every once in a while. And that's like, I don't care if I was up till 4 o'clock in the morning working the night before. I got a ka-ching at 9 o'clock. Yay, it's a beautiful day, right? So I get that. But I think you went from here to here really fast, at least for me. So if I'm going to ask you to slow it down just a little bit, because what you said can be so exciting. You use the words easy, and you use the words ka-ching, ka-ching, like you got money, and you said, and leads really fast. So can you, like, I know you can't do an entire course right here, but can you just slow it down just a little bit and explain what you're talking about, please?
Well, basically on Facebook, you have a personal profile and you have a business page. I set up my business page and I did an offer to give a free book away. And it was part of that was showing them how to use WordPress to build a website really simply. And essentially from there, I was fortunate enough to morph more into training with social media because whilst, you know, I loved WordPress and I still love WordPress to this day, it wasn't what made my heart sing. I actually love to train and teach. So the questions I was getting all the time was, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And so I put those strategies in place to either do coaching with people about WordPress or coaching about social media. And then I set up a lot of face-to-face courses and simple little ebooks that people could download. So I used everything that I know that you're about, and I promoted it through Facebook, because in those days there was no competition. You know, there was I was the only social media person on the Sunshine Coast where I live, whereas now there's hundreds of so-called experts. So, you know, it was easy in those days.
So what you mean by easy was everyone knew it was hot, or they didn't? I mean, because I got into Facebook too, kind of in the same way, where let me just hold on. Let me explain what I'm talking about and see if it's similar to what you're saying. I am really about helping people write content. That's what I like to do. But people wanted, and they were craving by the time I got into it, which is far later than you did, people were craving to know how to use Facebook. They're like, I know it's hot. Facebook, LinkedIn, any of the social media sites. They're like, I know that there's money there. I know that my clients are there, but I don't know how to reach them. Can you help me? Well, you know, that's what my clients' needs are. Then that's where I'm going to help them if I know enough to do it. Otherwise, I might send them to someone like you. But my point is that is that, like, was there, I'm thinking that you might have had the challenge of going, hey, this is something that you can use. Did you have to sell them on that at all?
No, because people saw that I was already getting success, then I was constantly being asked, how do you do this? How do you do that? And it's the same thing, like, you know, I guess mine's all about how to, but I like to teach and explain in simple terms. I'm not a lingo person. Hate the bullshit of, you know, people saying, oh, you just do it da 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 da, because most people don't understand that. So it's really about simplifying it and doing baby steps to help people move forward. And that's, you know, why I was so successful with it.
That's just right, dead on. I think you said something too that people really need to hear again, and that is that you need to celebrate your successes, almost not brag, but when you celebrate, when you know, like, you're really super excited about what happened, people can't help but notice that. And it's not selling and it's not bragging that I'm talking about. It might feel that way at first. You know, we've been taught that we have to stay humble, but really, if you're not telling people where you're successful, they don't know how you can help them, and that's a disservice, if you ask me. What do you think about that?
I totally agree. You know, one of my big things that I had is that I need to know how to do it, because I can't go to you and say, hey, Brenda, go and do this. You know, this is great because I've heard somebody else talking about it. I like to know that I can do it as well. So when you say to me, hey, Donna, how did that happen, or what is this, or what is that, that I'm coming to you with a level of expertise that I can support you in your process of learning. You know, and that was always my biggest thing, because if I went away and thought, oh, I like what Brenda's doing, let's find out how to do it, I would just totally immerse myself in the geeky side of, oh, how does this work? How does that work? And then I was able to go back and share those tools. So, yeah. And
that's a really good second point. By the way, I'm a little bit distracted, I got to say, because your hair is like out of this world. So show us your new do. Like, model, turn around. Let's see. Oh, wow, girl. That is happening. I'm loving that. That is like, woohoo. Very, very nice. Is that like brand new for our show, or?
Hang on a minute. I'll give you that.
Oh, the sexy, sassy look. There you go. Wait a minute.
I had my pajamas on and everything, because I thought this was a pajama party and we were getting up and, you know, you had to do the, and then I was going, it's getting hot here. I got to get out of my pajamas. I had the big brunch coat and everything for you earlier.
This is the pajama party, and I'm telling you what, we have had, we've had rain, and today was the second day of almost sunshine, but it's thick with humidity. So this hair is like, oh, I went purple. I don't know if you can tell. I went a little purple. Can you see the colors yet? No, not yeah. You can't tell it in real life either, but that's okay. It looks purple to me, but it's very voluminous. So the hat had to come on. I was like, this is not happening. So, okay. So now that we broke for a second, we've got just a few minutes left, and I want you to be able to talk about some other stuff, because you do have a lot of resources for people. Before we do that, you and I have a competition coming on, don't we? Don't we? You said you had this talent, and it so happens that when I was little, I had this talent too. So people are going to have to vote, I think, for the best one. What phrase? I'll let you even have. What phrase should we be saying?
Well, first of all, I haven't practiced this talent in about 15 years.
Me either. I hadn't. You did it for a minute. I haven't even done that.
I've got to warm up, but let's see. What do we say? I love pajama parties.
Yes. All right. I love pajama parties. All right. You want to go first? Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. All right. That was Donald Duck, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome. I can't even get it right.
I don't know if I can do it because I'm going to break out laughing too. So here we go. All right. I think you win. Oops. Oh, who is that? It's Donald Duck. No, I'm just kidding. Donna wins. Yay! Thank you for playing a party game. There's no such thing as a party without a party game. So you rock. Okay, can I hear you?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, all right. So we have a couple minutes left, and you have an incredible story about how you got going, but every single element that you told us about, what I love, okay, I'm going to go to me for a second. Every single element that I've heard you tell us about, this is what I love about what you did. You did tell us about something that you were passionate about in the Whole Foods, but everything else that you said, and this is where I want people to hear this too, is that you said, I heard about something really cool and I latched onto it, and then I went and learned how to do it, and then I showed other people how to do it. And that is kind of where I think some people go wrong. They look and they say, oh, there's a lot of money over there, so I'm going to go learn how to do it. And then they don't think it's exciting or cool. So they're obviously in the wrong thing. But if you go teach if you teach people how to do something, or if you do something for people that they don't want to do, then, and it's something really cool, then it's like, what's his name said that, you're never going to work a day in your life. I'm like splattering all over myself, but I think you know what I'm saying. First of all, I just want to say rock on, because everything that you said, or party on, or whatever we want to say on this show, everything you said was, I learned it and I taught it, but everything that you taught was not because I was going to make money. It was because you found somebody who had a need and you were able to meet their need, and you were able to train them and help them. And like you said, we have a lot in common. And the truth is that you and I could possibly share some of the same clients, but we both have different spins on things, and we both have we're close in the characteristics. We've got different geographical locations. I mean, there's a reason somebody is going to do business with one versus the other for different types of things. And so you don't have to be afraid of your competition. That's another thing that people kind of go, I'm not telling you what I'm doing because you might steal the idea. Well, if you don't branch out, you don't share your successes, and you don't figure out how you're going to help other people with what you do, and share and find other people who do things that you do, then you're missing out quite a bit. I think Donna will back me up on that. What do you think, Donna?
I've got 2 points to make here. The first point is some of my best friends I've made through online marketing or through Facebook, or like the same thing, you and I connected. And I think it was you'd written a Kindle book and I reached out to you and asked you a question. The collaboration that you can do with so many people, we couldn't do this 13 years ago. I met friends that I went to events, and I know that you're big on events because you can meet people, and we used to Skype as part of our collaboration. But there's so many tools now and ways to share and support each other. I think one of the things that disappoints me a little bit about I'm not going to tell you, or I'm not going to do this or that, is that there is that element of, they might be the expert, but they're going to steal my clients. Well, that to me is just rubbish, because I like to promote everybody that I know, because in turn I hope that they will promote me too. And, the one client today might not resonate with you, but they might resonate with me, but next time they'll resonate with you. So online collaboration is absolutely huge. One of my neighbours is waving to me outside.
Wave on back.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on TV.
The online collaboration is huge. But the other thing is, and I know you said this at the start, is that just do it. You know, you don't have to be perfect. And I have sat in perfection procrastination at times over things. And, you know, it's like beating yourself up. Yes, you've got to have a level of professionalism about what you're doing. But, hey, guess what? If we don't take a step forward and we don't, you know, get there, then we're never going to. And I've got some Hangouts that I did when I first started using Hangouts, and the actual footage is really blurry. And people go, why don't you take them down? That's really crap. And I said, well, I wanted to show people where I went from to where I'm going now, just to show them that they can do it. You know, take the steps. Don't be afraid. If your first one's bad, who cares? Use it as a case study and show people this is, you know, where I went from here to here. And what I learned from that was that I had to adjust a little groovy thing on my screen that made the difference between it being really, really bad recording and a great recording. So, you know, they're kind of two things that I know that you've touched on. And I can just say to everybody, just take the step. Do it.
Good. Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. So we're down to the wire now, and I know it just goes so fast when it's among friends. You know, I got to tell you, it always goes fast. So I put up, for those who are watching from the G Plus page, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, they'll be able to see our little showcase on the side, and I put our Pajama Party Profits page. You'll want to go there for any show notes. And then the other one is how to run a Facebook contest. That is your Facebook competition page. Do I have the right page up?
I actually can't see it on my screen. And, you know, naughty me, because I train people how to use Hangouts. We should have been using the lower third to promote ourselves. So slap
Right.
for being naughty. But I think you're going to have to invite me back so we go through a few things. But just to touch on the Facebook contest for people, they are
You're
just
always invited back, and you can come back when I have other guests too. See, because that's the way it works. This is kind of, you know, you and Eleanor, and there's just one or two others, or, you know, if you want to be repetitive faces, you open door.
Well, just quickly about the Facebook contest for people. Really, when you're starting out, you've got to look at ways to build the list, because at the end of the day, you can't rely upon social media sites like Facebook, because if something happens and they dislike you, or, you know, whatever, and you get shut down off Facebook, you've lost your whole business. So you can't just rely upon social media. And all too often I see people thinking, oh, social media is just always where you've got to be. The fact is you should be building a list. And exactly what you're doing here, you're using Hangouts, or you're using podcasting as a way to build a list. You used your books on Amazon as a way to build a list. Same thing with Facebook contests. By using a contest app, and that's what mine is all about. I developed a $20,000 contest app. That what happens with that is that you build a list, and therefore after that you can market out to people. So it is a list building strategy. Like many of them out there, it's just another fun way of using social media to you know, help you grow your business.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because we're down to like 90 seconds. So where can they go to find out more about the Donald Duck talking champion of the Pajama Party Profits?
Well, if my lower thirds were on, you could go to facebook.com/fan and page competitions. I'm sure you'll share these links anyway. Or go straight over to fanpagecompetitions.com. There is a free ebook there that you can sign up for that will give you 7 tips on how to run a Facebook contest. There is also training. So, or if you just want to buy the contest app, it starts at $47. So it's really affordable, because I want people to use these tools, not to go, oh, overwhelm, it's too hard. But the tools are there. Plus there's videos. I add in loads of training to help people really use contests as a great strategy for their business.
Awesome. Okay, so if you want to go and get the show notes, you can go to pajamapartyprofits.com, and you'll get all the links that Donna talked about. I think Donna has a couple of those books available to you for no charge. Is that right? 1 or 2 books?
The one off my website. The one off my website is free. Yes.
Oh, okay. So we're going to which website?
Fanpagecompetitions.com.
Okay. So when you go to fanpagecompetitions.com, you can get onto Donna's list, and you can go ahead and get free material for that, and that's the way you do that. And if you go to Pajama Party Profits, there's an opportunity for you to get onto my list where I tell you more about how to make a living from home. So if you've got any other questions for Donna, go ahead and go to fanpageprofits.com and leave us a message over there, or hit Donna up on her Fan Page Competitions book. And in the meantime, go home and make money where?
You're sleeping.
In your sleep. Yay! Thanks for joining us.
Take care.